If these baddies had succeeded, humankind would have gone the way of the dinosaurs.
Funny us going out like this, killed by a 100-foot marshmallow man.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie villains who want to wipe out humanity.
You take away my world, I take away yours.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at villains who aren't just intent on conquering and enslaving the human race, they literally want to destroy the world and everyone in it. Since we'll be delving into the fate of these villains, a spoiler alert is now in effect. Number 10. Imhotep, the Mummy. Loosely based on a historical Egyptian figure, Imhotep is a high priest that falls in love with the pharaoh's mistress and pays the ultimate price in return. When the Book of the Dead awakens Imhotep 3,000 years later, he sucks the life out of several humans to regain his strength. And the undead menace doesn't stop there. He then turns people into brainwashed followers and unleashes 10 plagues destined to create hell on Earth. Fortunately, Rick and company prevent this apocalypse, but it's far from the final nail in the mummy sarcophagus. When Imhotep is resurrected again, he plans to seize control by commanding the army of Anubis. And we'll just say, having The Rock on his side doesn't hurt.
I think so.
Number 9. General Zod, Man of Steel.
Surrender within 24 hours.
Wow.
Or watch this world suffer the consequences.
Kneel before Zod. Or don't. Either way, he's not going to show you much mercy. After escaping from the Phantom Zone, the Kryptonian general and his soldiers travel to Earth, the same planet Kal-El has adopted as his own. Zod wishes to transform the world into Krypton 2.0, and Kal-El holds the key to making his vision a reality.
We could have built a new Krypton in this squalor.
While there were admittedly a few holes in Zod's master plan, one thing's for certain: terraforming Earth will leave behind vast wastelands of human skulls, which is kind of a deal breaker for the Man of Steel. Fortunately, it's nothing a little neck snap can't fix. Number 8. Galactus, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
It is known by many names. My people called it Galactus.
You'll find throughout this list that Marvel villains in particular have an obsession with annihilating the human race. The oldest living being in Marvel Comics, Galactus made his big screen debut in the sequel to Fantastic Four. Forcing the Silver Surfer to aid him, the cosmic entity devours entire planets to survive, and Earth is next on his menu.
It must feed on energy to survive. Both thermal and organic.
Lucky for us humans, the Surfer has a change of heart before Galactus can engulf our entire world, bringing his intergalactic binge eating to an end. Well, maybe Galactus will get another shot at obliterating humanity if he ever joins the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He could even team up with Dormammu, which brings us to our next entry.
This is the end for us both.
Number 7. Kaecilius, Doctor Strange.
Doctor, we don't seek to rule this world. We seek to save it.
This sorcerer ditched the masters of the mystic arts to lead a rogue group of zealots. Kaecilius plans to make contact with Dormammu, a destructive entity that resides in the Dark Dimension. After attacking London, New York, and Hong Kong, Kaecilius comes this close to bringing the Dark Dimension to Earth, which will result in humanity's downfall.
What about the people you killed?
Tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe.
Luckily, Doctor Strange manages to pull off a last-minute rescue, trapping Dormammu in a never-ending time loop. In exchange for his freedom, Dormammu agrees to spare mankind and make sure Kaecilius doesn't conjure up any more trouble. There were too many sorcerers anyway. Number 6. The Great Evil, aka Mr. Shadow, the Fifth Element.
It's me again.
This villain's name alone should be enough to tell you that it's bad news for humanity. The Great Evil, also known as Mr. Shadow, is a sentient planetoid that tries to eradicate Earth every 5,000 years. Wherever there is life, it brings death.
So I've got some time.
Upon resurfacing in the 23rd century, the Great Evil enlists Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg to attain 4 elemental stones that prevented its previous attacks.
I want the stones.
The only thing standing in the way of the moon-sized cosmic force is the Fifth Element, which takes the form of a humanoid named Lilu. Once the stones are returned to Lilu, she's able to stop the Great Evil once again, creating another moon in the process. Number 5. Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron.
There's only one path to peace. The Avengers' extinction.
In a story that draws parallels to Frankenstein, Tony Stark develops Ultron to protect humanity. However, this global defense program ends up doing the opposite, deciding that our world needs a reboot.
You rise, only to fall.
Assembling a robot army, the artificial intelligence sets out to exterminate human life and start fresh. A city falling from the sky should get the job done. Where Tony ironically creates Ultron, Ultron ironically creates a synthetic body that results in Vision's genesis. Joining the Avengers, Vision dedicates his existence to preserving life.
I am on the side of life. Ultron isn't.
This naturally builds to a final confrontation between Vision and Ultron in which life triumphs over death. Thus concludes the Age of Ultron. Well, more like the couple days of Ultron. Number 4. Gozer, Ghostbusters.
Are you a god?
A word of advice. If Gozer asks you if you're a god, say yes. It'll likely save you a lot of trouble in the long run. When the Gatekeeper and the Keymaster are brought together, this shape-shifting god is summoned to bring out Earth's doom. Upon encountering the Ghostbusters, Gozer takes the form of the first thing that pops into Ray's head. Suddenly, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man ain't so cute and wholesome. Humankind is nearly eliminated in the most hilariously destructive way possible.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
By crossing the streams, however, the Ghostbusters are able to turn Stay Puft into marshmallow creme. If only Ray had thought about chocolate and graham crackers too. Number 3. Nero, Star Trek.
Prepare the red matter.
Whereas most villains on this list are content with merely destroying our world, Nero casts an even wider net across the universe. Seeking retribution for the eradication of Romulus, the commander of the Narada aspires to decimate all of the Federation's planets, including Earth.
Fire everything!
Nero does do some severe damage, most notably utilizing red matter to generate an artificial black hole in Vulcan's core. But although Spock's homeworld meets an end, there's still time to save humankind. Before the Narada can drill into Earth, the Enterprise crew uses the red matter against the enemy ship, resulting in the villain's defeat. The human race 1, Nero 0.
Get to the toilet, the gravity well has got us!
Go to maximum more! Push it!
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain!
Number 2, Skynet, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Do you know John Connor?
No.
In the original Terminator, we learned that this defense network gains consciousness and launches a nuclear holocaust. The survivors are left to fight off an army of machines, but Resistance leader John Connor gives humanity a glimmer of hope. In retaliation, Skynet sends a Terminator back in time to assassinate John's mother, Sarah. When that doesn't pan out, another Terminator is sent to kill a younger version of John. With the aid of a reprogrammed T-800, John and Sarah not only managed to defeat the T-1000, but also destroy the original Terminator's ARM and CPU. Cyberdyne Systems is now unable to reverse engineer the technology that would have created Skynet, thus preventing Judgment Day, for now.
Is it dead?
Terminated.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Your world and your family will be extinguished!
Activate laser. Prepare to destroy spacecraft.
Number 1, The Harvesters, Independence Day.
Welcome to Earth.
When people think of aliens trying to destroy the world, the mothership from Independence Day usually comes to mind. The Harvesters certainly left an impression on audiences, forever burning the image of the White House exploding into our minds. These ruthless aliens make a habit of traveling to various planets, harvesting their natural resources. When the extraterrestrials arrived on Earth, though, they didn't anticipate having to go up against Will Smith's piloting skills, Jeff Goldblum's computer viruses, and Bill Pullman's epic speeches.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
While the Harvesters do a number on our planet, they're no match for Randy Quaid and his noble sacrifice. Of course, this doesn't stop them from staging another attack 20 years later.
They're coming back.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.